As most of you already know, we were unable to report yesterday. The Secretary released a report informing the general public that not all counties had reported as necessary so that we can compare records and ensure that there are no duplicate votes in the provisional ballots that we're prepared to set forth now. We ended up with an outstanding count of 1,502 cures that were not cured in the system. We have received the information that we needed from the Secretary in the last 20 minutes, and so we've begun our process. So at some point this afternoon, we will be rolling out our final unofficial report to the Secretary and making our final. This weekend, we will do the work of reconciling and preparing for the canvass on Monday. Tomorrow, there will be no press conference, so this is the last one. Again, this afternoon, we will be rolling out our final unofficial and begin reconciling so that we'll be prepared for Monday. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry. So 1502, 1,502 were not cured in the system yesterday. So the 60,000 provisional ballots we're still waiting for.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we could not report.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen the Secretary's statement, but not all counties were able to report yesterday, and so we can't move forward until we've confirmed all of our records against all 16 counties. That report has been received in the past 20 minutes, so we've begun our work, and sometime this afternoon we'll have our final unofficial. Yes?
What do you mean when you say we're not able to report, or the counties were not able to report?
They weren't able to report. They weren't ready to report, and so did not submit their provisional counts and individuals, so we couldn't complete our confirmation that there were no double votes in other counties, so we couldn't move forward. We had to make sure that we were able to report against all 16 counties.
Is there a reason why?
I can't tell you. I can tell you that Clark County was ready, but we couldn't move forward without reports from all 16 counties, and that's the Secretary's responsibility to gather that information.
In terms of the provisional ballots, can you say where we stand with that?
We're ready. We've got the information we need. We're going to begin getting them into the system. Again, sometime this afternoon, we'll have our final unofficial report. And we were ready last night.
With that entered, do you expect that we'll have everything decided in terms of all the poll questions and all of the last two races that were still very tight? Or?
This is it. There's nothing else to enter into the system. So after this final report, that is what we expect to report on Canvass Day.
So do you have any idea what the rejection rate was on those provisional ballots?
I don't.
Okay. And how about like a breakdown of which parties each one was winning?
Well, I provided that information quite a while ago as far as the breakdown, but I don't have the final count numbers yet. I will be able to report that after the canvass if anybody's interested in that information.
And you mentioned that the county received the report from the state, which is 20 minutes ago, which just from now 20 minutes ago received the report.
That's correct.
Right?
Yes.
And you said with the 1,500 cures, that's it on those?
No, the deadline is over.
Yeah.
Yesterday at 5 p.m. was the deadline for anybody to cure, so those will remain outstanding, 1,502.
And you mentioned that only received the report 20 minutes ago, which means like 60,000 provisional ballots, none of them being in process to count it, or is because you're waiting for that report, right?
We've got it. 20 minutes ago we received it, so we're working on getting them in, and sometime this afternoon I will have our final unofficial report.
Yeah, so my question is, as of now, like the county hasn't started to process the 60,000 provisional ballots.
Well, certainly we did. We've been doing that for days. We had to verify that those records on which ones were eligible in our eyes to be cast and which ones weren't. But we can't finish our work until we get the report from the Secretary that they've verified that all 17 counties have matched the records and there are no duplicates. So our work was done.
Thanks.
Yes?
Going back to the cured ballots, the outstanding 1,500 or so, is it because the voters did not contact the election department to verify the signature and that's why they're outstanding?
Yes.
Now that you've been through all this process, you guys made your deadlines last night, your staff, as you said, you guys have been working extremely hard. You know, I mean, what do you think after all of this is done? You know, how's your staff performed, and you know, what all have you learned from this unique election?
Well, we're not finished, and so I don't want to jinx us, but everything seems to be in place for us to finish on time on Monday. I think I've communicated in many different press conferences. I'm very proud of my staff and what they've done. I think the general public thinks that we work 2 days a year on Election Day, and we do not. We work throughout the year to improve our processes, to implement new laws, to ensure that the integrity of our process is in place and improve for efficiency. We're well known for integrating IT technology into most everything that we do so that we can do things more efficient. By adding mail ballots to all active registered voters, I don't know that there was a county in the entire country that dealt with it as well as we did. I'm very proud of their work, and they've worked long hours. They're definitely worthy of praise. The general public should appreciate not just my staff, but the thousands of people who work the polls dealing with the pandemic. Thank you all. Appreciate you being here.